Thank you for clicking. What's that, Marvin?
Why don't I get to talk anymore? Why am I just put in my box? Why am I not doing anything anymore? Why doesn't he say what's in the box anymore? I'm starting to really hate this show.
What's new? Retro games. Can you tell me what's new? Retro games, please. What's new? Retro games. Can you tell me what's new? Retro games this week.
Hello, yes, it is me, it is Jace at Retrogames. How are you? Happy Friday, happy Retrogames Day. Yeah, we all love a bit of vintage gaming at the weekends, and it's a bank holiday weekend in the UK. I don't know if that's the same all over the world, but in the UK we get May Day. The 1st of May gives us an extra bank holiday. Yes, more time for playing video games, and that's what we love. More time for buying video games. That's what I love. Anyway, shall we have a bit of this?
Tell me the Retro Games news.
Of course, I still haven't got any Retro Games news, but I did spot this week, and I just thought it was worth bringing to your attention. Has anybody been on eBay and seen this? Oh my God, yes, that is an Outrun sit-down machine. I would love to have that. It's in the UK. You can arrange delivery. It's got loads of amazing machines available at the moment, this guy. How much is it? It's £15,000. Oh, James, I know James. James wants it.
Got an issue where everybody?
I don't think it'd even fit. It just won't fit anywhere. It's huge. It is absolutely huge. But what a dream to own that thing. I mean, that's the price of a car. You can go and buy a new car for 15 grand. Or you can sit in your Outrun all day long. And what would I prefer? I prefer sitting in the Outrun. That's the weird thing. Anyway, did you enjoy last week's show? Last week's show was a lot of fun, wasn't it? Did you enjoy the long 10-11 minute bit in the middle where I talked about loads of stuff? Took me another whole day to edit. I'm going to try and trim that bit down this week. Let's see how I do. Just over 400 items added this week, and here are the things that almost made it to the top 10. We start in the bargain basement with V-Rally 2, a classic racer. What a bargain. Loads of PC stuff in the bargain basement. Discworld Noir based on the Terry Pratchett novel. And to prove Bethesda is not all just about Fallout, what about this? Terminator Future Shock. Yes, now I know what you're thinking. This is a Terminator game? Yeah, nice. Let's launch this missile after this. Oh, wait for the explosion. Bit pathetic. Let's be honest, this could be any game. How about a limited edition Halo 4 for the Xbox 360? And the Fallout Frenzy brought 1 million players to this game this week. Wow, that's cheap. Let's escape from the bargain basement and go to Atari.
Atari in the house!
And look at this beautiful Atari VCS. 2 joysticks, paddles, combat, beautiful, 9 out of 10. E.T., renowned as one of the worst games of all time. They buried them in the Mexican desert. It's not that bad, we've seen a lot worse, haven't we? Oh, wind your neck in. Now, Haunted House has you playing as a pair of eyes, trying to escape a haunted house and avoid the ghosts. Oh, here comes one. Oh, it got me! Should have gone to Specsavers. This is Threshold on the rare Tiger Vision label. It's a pretty chaotic shooter, but it's got some speed. It really shows that the Atari VCS has got some grunt. Another Tiger Vision game, this time Miner 2049er. You might know this from the Atari 800. This game has a lot more relaxed pace, and it seems that mining is actually colouring in platforms. No, it isn't. No, it isn't someone's endoscopy video. It's actually the classic Star Glider for the Amiga, and this one includes the rare poster and the soundtrack on cassette. Hard Driving 2, we covered race driving last week. Is this any faster? Yes, slightly. I don't think this was a coin-op. Hang on, that car just drove through me. I think this is just Dumark making a sequel out of the original. I've got to say, it's a bit blocky. Who designed these cars? Elon Musk? Now this is a console that seems to constantly double in value, the Commodore Amiga CD32. Fully working with its controller and cables. There's a slight issue at the back. Missing its expansion bay cover. It's like it's got no pants on. Okay, other formats and postal fudge pack, very rare now. Originally banned across the globe. This started a whole new wave of ultra-violent games. Here we go then. Yes, we roam around beating people up, home invasions, just smashing things up, being absolutely abhorrent really. Not a great game, and look at the way she goes through this door. Awkward. Let's set fire to the TV. It is the ultimate psychopath simulator.
Hi there.
I'm sorry, but you need more money.
Oops.
Released in 1990, this is the PC's answer to hard driving. It's another polygon racer. It's a very rare game. Let's see how it runs. Wow, now PC games run faster if your hardware's fast. That's the thing about it. Oh, here we go, a loop the loop. Wow, it's clunky, it's got replays, it's a bit messy, but what a game. It's the OG, it's an OG Xbox, but this one has been modified. The Evox Dash gives you loads of emulators and Xbox classics built in. Pick two words that shouldn't go together and make a game that's stupidly rare. Lollipop Chainsaw, it's a fighting brawl 'em up. Yeah, not my cup of tea. Carrier Command. Now, this was a game on 16-bit formats, but also on the humble ZX Spectrum, released in 1988. What a classic. What's it like on the Spectrum? Yes, you control the whole carrier, the missile systems, remote aircraft and landing craft. How could a remake even try to improve on this? Okay, well that's what 24 years between versions looks like. Better? Yeah, better. I think it helps when we don't list quite as much stuff. Okay, we're ready for... Are we ready? Are we ready for the top 10 retro games this week that have come into our site? Okay, what's number 10?
What's number 10?
Well, I'm starting this week with a PC game. Oh, and you think, what the heck is he doing? He's holding up Sim City 2000. Oh, come off it, Jace. City building games have been so far surpassed by, all those brilliant city building games. It's like a genre in its own right. But SimCity was the first one, and SimCity 2000 was a landmark expansion of that project. Now, the reason it's not the sort of game I would normally pick for the top 10, I grant you, but this is a bit of a special version. I'm going to show you on the top camera. It has got the discs. Yeah, it's on floppies, floppy discs. It's got the manual. It's got the manual, and it's got free software sales support there from Maxis. SimCity came out on the Spectrum, yeah. Pretty amazing. And it's got some addendums and some Maxims. Brilliant. But the reason I've chosen this game is because of this. This appears to be an official Maxim. It is Max. I keep saying Maxis. Maxis. Get over yourself, Jace. This seems to be an official Christmas card from Maxis. Now that is pretty interesting, isn't it? And there it is, this lovely snow scene. It's a city, of course, with snow on. It says, "Dear Mrs. Smedley, wishing you simply wonderful Christmas. All the best from your friendly support person, Darren." From your friend. Now, this conjures a whole story, doesn't it? There's a guy, he's a customer support guy at Maxis, and he sent a Christmas card to one of his people who's obviously kept hassling, "Dear Mrs. Smedley." He's probably ringing him up saying, "This still don't work, I still can't get the volcano, I still can't get the bridge to line up properly." And he's bonded. He has bonded. This is a sales service person. Weird story. We'll never know the full story of the customer service operative who fell in love with Mrs. Smedley and sent her a Christmas card. An official Maxis Christmas card. I don't know. Was it worthy of the top 10? Maybe not. What's number 9?
What's number 9?
Number 9 is for the Amiga, and it's Never Ending Story 2. Now, do you remember Never Ending Story film? We've got that big flat-faced dog and the brilliant music with Limahl. That's all you remember about it, isn't it? But it conjured a sequel. There was a Never Ending Story 2 movie. Nobody watched it. And there was subsequent video games. This is by Lionel. It's a French, I think it's French. Liechtenstein. Linnell is based in Liechtenstein, that tiny little country in Europe. Anyway, what is Never Ending Story 2 for the Amiga like? Very rare game.
Now, on initial inspection, this game seemed quite dull and lifeless, reminding me of that game Baal that we played last week. Very Psygnosis looking platformer, avoiding these strange monsters. I'm guessing they're from the film. This is quite good. I'm going to push this guy off the edge. Yeah! That's quite satisfying. But there are loads of different style stages. This is typical of European games. Lots of variety. This is like climbing up the outside of a wall. And what about this? A top-down section, trying to avoid getting sucked over the rapids. Then there's this. Oh my god, this looks like a Pink Floyd video. Fantastic rotational effect. And here we go, we've got our friend swinging his whistle, ravey style, on the top of the stairs, while we, with a spray can, get rid of all the bad guys. And now about the horse riding stage. Yes, you've got to jump over the rocks. Beautiful graphics, lovely parallax scrolling, do you remember that? It's strange, but this bit's fun, but it's nothing compared to what's coming. This is one of the most joyous moments I've had in a video game for ages. Check this! This is exactly what I want a never-ending story game to be. Fantastic Limahl style music, not the actual theme, but it's so joyful. What a wonderful multi-stage game. A forgotten classic. I hope you'll never think of the never-ending story in the same way again.
And there's the beautiful box. It's pretty rattly, no inner packaging as originally supplied. We'll open it up. Got the disc and it's got the manual. What else could you need? What's number 8?
What's number 8?
Okay, number 8 is hardware. You like it when I get a machine out on camera. It's an unusual one, this one. We don't see these very often. We've had it a few times. I think I might have put one in a little picture the other day on the show. It is this. It's the Philips CDI 450. Very unusual console. Not particularly valuable these days. But it was Philips. They realised they'd made a mistake. They followed the Commodore CDTV route. They'd made a black hi-fi separate. That's what we used to call those big lumps of metal and plastic that we used to put in stacks, big piles of it. You'd have your CD player, your double cassette player, you'd have your CDI player. Yeah, not the form factor for video games. And let's be honest, the CDI, not well known for its video games library. Lots of edutainment. We don't like edutainment. Anyway, to try and get around that, they made a console version of the CDI. It's the CDI, it's compact. It's the CDI 450. I believe this can play video CDs, which was a massive thing because you forget this is pre-DVD. Video CDs were, we'd had Laserdiscs. Laserdiscs really flopped, really, enthusiasts only, because you had to turn them over halfway through the film, which was never going to work. But then video CD, the cheaper alternative, and really the video CD was what drove CDI sales in the end. It was all about the movies and about an alternative way of watching stuff in digital form. So yeah, they had to make it compatible with the movies. This is a PAL version. I'll get it up on the camera. It is a nice thing. I'll open the lid. It's got no eject button. You have to. Has it got? As he wrenches the lid off. No, you push it down and it opens. That's it. And there we have it. Then we have the slot. I'll do that for you there. Ooh, beautiful. AV's out, nice and easy to use. Got a telephone plug style power supply, which is weird. It comes with the power supply. It also comes with one controller.
It's a horrible controller. It's one of these. I mean, who designed these things? Yeah, it's got the joypad in the middle. Then with the same button, same hand, you've got to quickly rush to do the firing. So yeah, left, fire, left. You can't left and fire at the same time. What a stupid controller. But anyway, what a wonderful console. Shall we move on to the next item?
What's number 7?
Number 7 already, and look at this. It is a game you're all familiar with. Super Mario All-Stars is the US version. But look at the box. Oh my goodness, that is a 10 out of 10 box. Look at the light as it's catching the top edge there. Let's look at the rear. No scuffs, no marks, no grolly, no sticker residue, no damaged flaps. Just a beautiful example of a classic. It's American games. We all know American SNES are worth more than PAL. I guess a bigger audience for them. You know, Americans don't buy PAL stuff particularly readily. And there we have it. Beautiful. It's got its card protector, and we've got all the guns. This is unused. It is unused. Perfect inside. They've got an extra warranty. Turned into Bowser's Worst Nightmare Flyer. We've got two warning sheets, and then we've got that beautiful, look at that manual. Yeah, there it is. I'll never get bored of doing that. Yeah, what an amazing example of a game that we are all very familiar with, but I just get excited when I see stuff so pristine. What's next?
What's number 6?
And it's Psygnosis Game of the Week. It's again on the Amiga. This game is Carthage, and I think it's got one of the most exciting covers. We'll look at that in a minute, covers in the world, but let's have a look at the game. What's Carthage like on the Amiga?
Cheer up, mate. Oi, cheer up, mate. As much as Carthage wants to be a Defender of the Crown style strategy game, it's more about getting from A to B. It's a chariot driving game. Like a car game, but you've got a couple of horses and you can whip them. You can whip them occasionally, but what about this? Here is some traffic. As soon as you go past any traffic, you have to go into battle with them. I don't know why. We're whipping him. We are smashing our wheels together, destroying his chariot. That happens every single chariot you pass. Can you imagine if the M25 was like that? It's just totally unrealistic. I can't believe that every trip you made in Roman times, you had to try and take out every other chariot on the road. Crazy.
But what a beautiful box. I don't care about the game. Look at that. That is Romans fighting in their chariots. It's so evocative. I was so excited when I saw this game on the shelves. I actually remember it. Just thinking, wow, that looks like the best game of all time. Sadly, it's not. We'll open it up. It's got an owl. There's an owl there. Let's get the lid off. We've got 2 discs. We have 2 discs. And we have the manual, and I think that is it. And there is a little tape to repair inside the box there. So I'm going to tape the little tape. I don't know why. It's not broken. They've just strengthened it. They've strengthened the corner of the box. But yes, Psygnosis Game. Persegonist. Sorry, I didn't say it right. Persegonist Game of the Week. What's next?
What's number 5?
Now, you know when we get to number 5, it might be something quirky. And this is quirky. This is a hold-all gym bag. What the heck have you got that out for, Jason? What is that? Yeah, but wait till I turn it around. It's official Commodore. It's a Commodore gym bag. The zips work. It's in lovely condition. It's canvas. It's strong. You open it up. It's got that. You know, you just get these. Remember, when you was at school, you get this in the bottom of your bag. It's like a piece of cardboard wrapped in plastic. I forgot about those. Doesn't smell like trainers, which is good. Yeah, so that's in the. It's proper. Like, you could use this to go to school, couldn't you? You could be the envy of all your gym buddies. Not that retro gamers go to the gym, obviously. But if we did, we'd want to have a bag like this with your PE kit in. Yeah, you take a PE kit to the gym, I know. But yeah, well, I just thought, wow, that is one heck of a rare thing, isn't it? A proper Commodore official hold-all. This should have been number 1. It should have been number 1. But what's number 4?
What's number 4?
Number 4, it's Atari.
Atari in the house!
Atari is in the house. This is a Defender 2. We had some really lovely
Atari VCS stuff in this week, and there's a bit of a story behind it, and I know you guys enjoy me talking about how this stuff gets to us. Well, this actually comes from someone who is no longer collecting, sadly. This is a collection that was sold to me by a grandson, Ben, who watches. Hi Ben, how you doing? Yes, his granddad was a big collector. Sadly, he passed away, I think, beginning of last year. And we bought a big Sega collection from him. Now, his granddad was called Roger. He's older than us. He's a bit different. See, I would say the majority of these people watching this show are at least my age, maybe a little bit older, but generally my age, around there. You know how old I am. I had an Atari VCS. Okay, but Roger was 79, and he was collecting Sega. He was a big Sega collector. Master System, Mega Drive, Mega CD, Saturn. Anyway, that was all last year. We bought that big collection. It's sad. It is really sad when that's how we acquire collections. I mean, it's brilliant that we can redistribute this stuff to all the collectors again, and it doesn't just end up in a skip, because I'm sure a lot of it does. I'm sure a lot of people, after a bereavement, clearing out, all the stuff just gets thrown out, which is absolutely heartbreaking. It makes me want to cry. But yeah, I just thought a big shout out to Roger. It's Roger Butler, sadly missed. Your wife, Ben's nan, was going through the cupboards, found a cupboard, opened it up, and it was full of Atari stuff. And she was like, I can't believe it. He said he'd stop buying this stuff. So he lives on, and his Atari games hit the site this week. And this one, anyway, particular, Defender 2, the sequel to Defender, one of my favourites. It's very, very, very similar to Defender. Let's just check it out.
As someone exceedingly wise recently said, it's very, very similar to Defender.
But yeah, good old Roger, he really looked after his stuff. You know, I mean, there must be, I guess there is octogenarian, that's 80-year-olds collectors out there. I would love to hear from, you know, any collector who wants to out themselves as being really old. I'd love to hear about you. How did you get into it? I'd love to know your story. I'd like to know what got you into collecting video games. Because, you know, my grandparents' age, they would never have even looked at a video game. They wouldn't, let alone collected it. I mean, I do remember some older collectors for 8-bit stuff. 8-bit stuff, because they would have been in, say, the 30s when the Spectrum came out, and the 30s to 40s, and it's the whole new wave of video gaming, and maybe they got into it then. But yeah, unusual. It's unusual. As you can tell by me, video game collecting, that's a young man's game. Anyway, immaculate condition, beautiful example, Defender, Atari VCS. We love it. It is what, you know, the collecting scene was based on, wasn't it? Atari was what made, you know, without Atari, I think retro gaming would be a lot sadder place. Let's move on. Is it top 3?
What's number 3?
Now here's a rare game. Yes, it is Super Metroid. Yeah, Super Metroid for the SNES. It's a UK PAL SNES version in the big box. It's got a big box. I think it's a lot rarer if it's in a little box. No, it's already super rare. This game is ridiculous. It goes up in value every day. I don't know how. I mean, we used to sell this game for 25, 30 quid. And then suddenly it became like, oh no, it's a 50 quid game, there's a 100 quid game, and oh my god, it has gone crazy. Every time a nice one comes in, it seems to be worth even more. You know, who needs stocks and shares? Forget about Bitcoin, invest in Super Metroids. Now Metroid, do you know the whole term Metroidvania? It's a Metroidvania. I mean, it's conjured, it's made a whole genre of game. It's basically an underground cavern shooter. I think that's pretty much a Metroid game. There were plenty of those before Metroid came along on the NES. But anyway, this is the sequel. This is a beautiful game. I'm going to just show you on the big camera. Look, lovely example. It's got a lovely shine to it. It's much better than the last one we had in stock. This big box style, they do tend to get worn and damaged, so it's lovely when you see one that's been cared for. Let's open it up. The reason it's got this huge box is it comes with a massive 72-page manual. There it is, and it's just full of, I mean, you don't need this much instructions. Nobody does. Nobody needs this much. This is a magazine. It's just it's overkill. It's overkill. It was an excuse to make the game have a bigger box and stand out on the shelves. And of course, there's the cartridge. You can't play a game without the cartridge. As I keep trying to tell you, when are you gonna learn, you saddos? Come on then. Top 2.
What's number 2?
Here we go then, this says something. He's brought out the handheld game early. That means that number 1 is not a handheld game. You're right. It is the epic, the crazily amazing, reminiscing on my youth game, Mini Munchman. Mini Munchman was the game that most people had. We wanted Donkey Kong, double screen, but you know, most people got Mini Munchman. Huge hit! Epoch game, released by Grandstand, huge hit in the UK. That beautiful yellow design, it was pocket sized. We were all Pac-Man obsessed. 1983, 1984 was a Pac-Man title, and this game had longevity. You know, it sold for years. This was like in all the toy shops. It wasn't just a games shop thing. This was a thing you'd find in your toy shop, in your Argos. You'd get it for Christmas off your nan. It was reasonably priced. I think it was like 30 quid, maybe 39.99, but it was 30 quid for an electronic, which, well, that was a lot more money back then. But it's a funny Pac-Man game because you go under bridges, the maze is compressed because the screen's not big enough. But I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you me playing it now. Here we go then, Mini Munchman. Let's get into the game mode. Let's start. Wow. What a tune. We're at the bottom corner there. We have got to try and get all the junk. It's not really power pills like in your regular Pac-Man. Just a load of old junk that I'm getting the screen, Jason. I'm going around the maze, I'm picking it up, I'm avoiding the ghosts. Oh, I got eaten by the ghosts there. That's okay, I might have done that for effect. It's good, you've got these tunnels to make the maze bigger, so I'll go under the tunnel. Oh, there's a mystery. Oh, I got eaten. I was just going to get that mystery. Ooh, question mark. Get these ones. Wait, he's under the tunnel, isn't he? He's come out. Oh, no. One more. Yes! I finished a level on a demo. What a classic game. Takes you right back, doesn't it? And here's just the box. I've got to give you a look at the box. Look at that. It's like a mirror. It's reflective. You can see my camera. Can you see it? You can see the light beaming on the camera. Beautiful. We've got the flaps. It's a gorgeous example. You'll have seen it playing it a minute ago. But now I'm going to show you what the polygonal looks like. There's the game. And there's the manual. Amazing. I will never ever get tired of seeing this game. You could show me one of these every single day and it will still give me a little flutter inside of, you know, times gone by. I just think it's brilliant. Okay, what's number 1 then, Jace?
Here it comes, it's number 1.
Yes, we got there. It is a PC game in number 1. And what a game. This is Rihanna Rouge. Now this is a video game based on a Playboy model. A Playboy model. Before I get too far into the packaging, let's have a look at the game.
Come on girls, let's get to work.
So it all starts when Rihanna's boss tries to sexually assault her co-worker.
Come on.
No!
Come on, just one
No!
look. Come.
Rihanna comes to the rescue, but she gets whacked and thrown out of the window. As you do, she wakes up in an Egyptian tomb and has to save a lost civilization from a misogynist robot master race.
Women are muted.
Now I understand.
Yes, it's a super cheesy FMV adventure with that kind of decision-making process like you find in the original Dragon's Lair or Space Ace.
You must slice me in half with the sacred machete, remove my seed, and plant it in the ring of ancestor trees.
Well, I have to help this other person, and they really are expecting me to get them out of this deal, and it's just...
And it's not all about being sexy. There are death moves in this game that will make Mortal Kombat wince.
Don't you hate it when you need £10 to put in a birthday card and you have to drive all the way to Tesco's, and when you get there the bank machine's not even working? And there she is in all her glory. Does anybody find this outfit attractive? To me, that is really, really unattractive outfit. I don't know why. I don't think she's a particularly pretty looking girl, is she? Yeah, she's a bit, you know, but she signed it anyway. Virtually Yours, Gillian, whatever her name is, aka Rihanna Rouge. Can you imagine being the star of your own video game? A hammily acted video game. I mean, it's so cheesy. This is such a cheesy item. And some crazy prices have gone. This has previously sold for over $600, this game. It's ridiculous. This one is not that expensive. I'll just get it out and show you the bits and pieces. So you've got the little warranty and questionnaire card. You've got the case discs in a case with another little manual. The little manual. There she is. She's even on the discs in her S&M gear. Yeah, beautiful. But most impressively, it also comes with this very rare. Yes, a photo. You get a photo of her. It says signed. It says on the box includes signed photo, exclusive autographed photo of Gillian Bonner. Yeah, it's not. It's printed. It's printed. But there, she does look more attractive in this photo. I'll give you that. But it's also very, very retro. Girls don't dress like that anymore, do they? Those high-waisted pants. Wow. I mean, I wear them, obviously. But yeah, beautiful game. What a brilliant, unusual thing to end the show on. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. We got closer. We got some good views last week. We got to 700 and odd. But I didn't get to the 1,000. I really want to get this show to 1,000 views a week. It's not too much to ask, is it? So, bearing that in mind, until next week, thanks for watching. Happy Retrogamers!
Retrogames says thank you for watching. Retrogames says thank you for watching.
I think I'm just going to go off and look after this somewhere else for a little bit.